Hi, my name is Crystal McDonald in Scalable Data Infrastructures, term 1109, and this is my screencast for project. This project, although not as challenging as last week, was still very requirement heavy for me. The JSON turned out not to be too bad. It was fairly easy to follow, but the flow charts were a little bit harder. Let's see, let's pull up my code. There we go. Here we go. I did a lot better this week. I feel really good about arrays and loops, objects, declaring variables. That part went well. What didn't go so well for me was coming into week 3 from week 2, still unsure about functions. Even worse, I still had trouble grasping the concept of arguments and returns. Well, I knew what they did, I just didn't really know how to implement them. As far as the project relates to the future, I can definitely see myself getting better with practice. I can see how important repositories are and labeling in a team environment. As far as relating to my life now and job, I find myself picking out methods and procedures in day-to-day routines now. So even little things, I'm like, oh, how can I create an array out of that? As simple as, getting ready for school or getting ready for work or getting ready for the day. Yeah, we didn't have flowcharts this time. It was challenging. I got confused about a half dozen times and I had to backtrack. So I can see why commenting on your code is really important. So valuable lesson learned there. It was a lot easier to work with fewer constraints. Well, no, I thought it would be a lot easier, but it turned out not to be very easy for me. It was much easier to follow a chart that was already created. I think my story is personal as far as my story goes. Whether somebody else finds tea parties interesting is another matter. I think looking back, if I know all I know about JavaScript now, all the JavaScript knowledge that I have now, and just started my projects, I may have told something a bit more different, maybe a little bit more interesting, but I'm pretty happy with it for the most part. Party planning is very enjoyable for me. So real quick, I'll show you my code. You can see my story is regarding my grandmother giving me a tea set. And the story just goes on, and it shows basically how important it is to have a plan in place. And having a plan in place for party planning is important because it determines the success and the outcome of your party. So that's what my story was about. Again, I'm Crystal McDonald in SDI, and this is my project 3 screencast. Thank you.